So, I've been a fan of the Fate pause. I actually had a lot more footage to show, but it got corrupted when I tried to convert it. So I only have me doing the high poly of the model. Sorry about that. I've been a fan of the Fate series for quite a while now. Ever since Unlimited Blade Works, I've taken a big interest in the whole lore, and I soon came to realize that trying to learn and understand the Fate series is like trying to finish your planned to watch list. Impossible and a fruitless task. And once Fate Grand Order came out in the West, I found myself falling in love with all the different servants the game had to offer. Servants like Ryder, Ishtar, and... However, the original Saber always caught my fancy and became one of my favorites in the entire franchise. How can you not look at her and want her to protect you? She is simultaneously my king and my queen. If you know what I mean. I've spent countless hours and countless amounts of dollars trying to get her in-game. I eventually did, however, now I'm broke and penniless. But it was all worth it in the end now, because I can flex that I got my favorite PNG in the whole game. So, like a true simp would, I decided to create a 3D model of Saber's sword Excalibur. Actually, now that I think about it, not a lot of people could make a 3D model just like that. Just kinda shows how much of a genius I actually am. The composition itself wasn't hard at all. It was quite simple as a matter of fact. The only difficult part would be the middle piece that goes in between the sword and the guard. All in all, it took me about an hour to do the low poly, UV unwrap, and high poly. I did some cool effect on the high poly in order to add in the grooves you see in the middle of the piece and the guard. You'll see it once I get to texturing. Ready to see some magic? Texturing the model itself was also pretty simple. Just drip the thing in gold and recolor the handle. Cause Saber is a king among kings. She deserves only the finest riches of the highest quality. It was here the Substance Painter decided to be like your waifu and leave me hanging. I legit could not move my cursor for a good few minutes or so. I really hate this program sometimes. I'll admit, coloring in the grooves here was a little bit of tedious work, especially doing it with a mouse, which is something I would not recommend. It's just that I was too lazy to pull out my tablet.
You're a fucking idiot!
Thankfully, the texturing wasn't a whole lot of work. The lettering in the middle of the blade was pretty cool. All it took was some Photoshop, and I got something usable and something I was happy with. As for the finer details, I wanted to give the sword a more old and used feel to it, since it is Saber's weapon, and she basically uses it in battle every time. It's the fine details like this that really give a model a whole new kind of life to it. And so, after all of this, through all trials and tribulations, the Sword of Promised Victory, Excalibur, is now complete.
Kalibur!